Andy, considering you guys have, film to watch from the first matchup, just what do you think your defensive players and Steve Spagnuolo may have learned from that first game that can be applicable to Sunday's rematch?
Yeah, so one of the things we'll keep working on is you've got to be able to um, get off the field on third downs. I mean, we keep stressing that Steve does, and so we've got to you've got to be able to take care of those third downs, especially when you've worked so hard to put yourself in a good position. So and they do it. Listen, the Bills do a heck of a job with that. They're really good football team offensively.
We'll go next to Pete Sweeney. Pete?
Coach, Jaylen Watson returned. It looked like you guys might have been limiting his snaps. How did he come out of the game? And you feel like you'll be able to kind of increase that as we go here?
Hey, I actually came out feeling good, Pete. I mean, it was that's one of the positives that you come out uh, with Jaylen. He was fresh from the injury, and you hope that he can not have the swelling that was taking place before, and still function at a relatively high speed during the game. And, I thought he did that. I thought he sustained when given that opportunity.
We'll go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Andy, I'll have a quick follow-up also, Kelce. I know this is hard to quantify, but when you see Travis in the postseason, how much do you think it's a function of the adrenaline for the postseason and the rest? Or is it one more than the other? Is it both that have led to, especially these last two postseason starts?
That's a good question, but I'm happy for him with the 7 catches and all that. But I think more of it is just we've got a variety of guys around him. I mean, the opportunities that he's done well with, and I don't think it's his play that has been reduced. Everybody asks about age, by age or physical ability or anything. I just think that you've got a variety of guys that we've been able to use around him, and when we didn't, then teams were ganging up on him. So uh, it's a good problem now because guys are healthy and we've got choices out there, and they can't really just focus on him.
And the follow-up, Andy, is I know you're big on the guys who are energy givers, and I assume Travis is one of the biggest of the energy givers. But I wonder if you could just describe how infectious that is and how it resonates with his teammates.
Yeah, but it's not only his inner, it's a positive, it's that positive mindset that you can do anything. And I think he does a great job with that, and being able to show it to the guys that listen, we come together the right way, anything's possible. So uh, that's the thing I appreciate him the most. I also appreciate that at his age he goes out there every day and practices hard. I mean, and if you try to take him out, he gets mad at you. So I think that's a special thing, and, for an older player.
We'll go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, I have a quick housekeeping question and a second question, Kelsey. But Coach, on Mecole, his practice window closes this week. Do you expect that, is there a possibility that maybe he'll end the season on IR, or would you like to get him activated this week?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes here. Just I haven't made any decisions on that yet, Matt. So, um, but he's worked hard to try to get himself back and get going. But we'll see how that works out.
And I'm curious on just your additional watch, what you thought about the offensive line play on Saturday, and especially the left tackle spot.
Yeah, first I'd give credit to the Texans. I mean, that defense is a good defense, real good defense, and that defensive line is a big challenge, as it will be this week. This defensive line likewise is a big challenge. So But I thought our guys held up uh, well against them, and we did some good things in the run game, and did some good things in our play pass game. So and we were decent on third down. So I think all around it was good against who we were playing against.
We'll go next to Nick Jacobs. Nick?
And Kelce, I'll have a follow-up if I can, please. Andy, from 2017 when Kareem was a rookie until now, what ways have you seen him grow as a player? And how much do you appreciate that he's getting this moment and this opportunity?
Yeah, Nick. I mean, he's able to speak up now because he's been there. He's got that senior leadership thing going, and so as much of an energy giver as we were just talking about, Trav, Kareem does the same thing. He brings it a little different way, but he brings it, that toughness, that want to. You get he and Pacheco out there. I mean, there's a whole lot of energy coming off of those two. So, and that's appreciated. But that's probably where I tell you, he doesn't feel like the young guy on the team anymore. He's the veteran guy, and he knows guys will listen to him, and he can help set a tempo. All those things, Nick, that comes with being a veteran.
And then for like DeAndre, Hollywood, Kareem, and some of those rookies, what does it mean to you as a coach to kind of give them this moment to where they do get to play in an AFC championship game, and no matter what happens, they have that on their bucket list checked off type of thing?
Yeah, Nick, that's kind of a neat deal. DeAndre, I mean, he's been doing it 12 years. And so I said, hey, you never been to this one, have you? And he said, no. But it's, and we're able to go against a real good football team here. And so that competition level will be at its highest point. And that's why we're all in this thing. So for him to have that opportunity to experience that part, as great as he is, to even be able to have to take it up one more notch is something that'll be new for him. So I think that's a great thing for the young guys. It'll be a good experience for them going forward, and they can learn from it, and we'll tell them what it's all about. The players will tell them what it's all about. But until you get out there and feel that energy, you really don't know. But it'll be good for them to get through it.
We have two more for you, Coach. We'll go first to Todd Lebo. Todd?
Coach, on that front, this round of the playoffs, the Bills are their second chance to try to get you guys in this round. You didn't get through right away at Philadelphia. What is it about this round? I know you're playing a good team, but is there anything else about this round that is special over the others?
Yeah, well, the fact that we're at home is a real positive, I think. We've got to play well. I know, whether we're favored or not favored, I don't know. I presume they'll probably be favored, but that's all right. We do our thing as we go into this, and we don't worry about all that noise. So, but it's a high level of football, and you got to handle it that way. I mean, you get to test yourself, and at close to the highest level, besides Super Bowl, this is the highest level. So I think that's kind of what it's all about for coaches and players.
We have one last one for you, Coach. We'll go to Seren Petro. Seren?
Thank you. And I'll have a follow-up too, Kelce. Coach, first of all, your pass rush obviously was great. George had a big day, just all around, and it's really stepped up coming down the stretch. How much of that is just maybe Charles Omenihu, having the depth of rushers, or is it schematically that Spags did something differently? Because you really kind of struggled compared to where you were last year early on. Now, you're playing your best when it comes to getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, sure. No, Spags done a good job. We talked about that, but the players also have to step up, and that's what the guys have done a nice job with. I'm so proud of them for that. Joe Cullen does a heck of a job with that defensive line, and George had a big day, just being as relentless as he is, and how much work he puts into the game, and making sure he's physically right and so on. It's a real tribute to him and his effort. And then Charles, it's been great to have Charles in there. I don't think you're missing a point there at all. He's a good passer. He's a good football player. So that helps a lot to have him in there. And Chris Jones likewise, and Mike, who doesn't get any of the glory. He's a good football player too. So he kind of does the dirty work. So doesn't get much praise for it.